Cloud9 trying to prevent a three-series losing streak, and Spacestation trying to take advantage of the reeling giants in Cloud9. Turtle, Spacestation, they haven't gotten things completely figured out this season. You heard them talk about it on the desk, the only winless team left in North America.
Yeah, I mean, these are trying times for anybody who isn't NRG right now. I think NRG are the super villains. You know, they're doing this because they're in the first spot and they're happy, they're content. They've been playing well. But Cloud9, like you said, 3-game losing streak, 3 series. And
well, almost. This is threatening.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So if Spacestation, you know, the new playstyle comes in, how are they going to counter anything? Or are they just going to try and play their game because they know Cloud9 is a little bit off?
I mean, the biggest thing for Spacestation, I'm curious to see how they switch up their playstyle. Because as we know, Spacestation Gaming, they're a very aggressive team. They try to beat you with speed. They try to be quicker to the ball than you. But the thing that's plagued them is shooting. They can't shoot the ball. They are shooting just under 17% on the season. The only team worse than them is Rogue, and it's by like 0.20%. So barely a difference between Rogue and Spacestation on offense. They have to at least get the shooting figured out because they've put shots on net against good teams. They just can't score.
I mean, that has been a poison that has started since last season, you know, and they were actually the only team besides the big three to take down Cloud9 last season in league play. And now it's a different story because somebody else has already dethroned Cloud9, who isn't a big three, so everything is crumbling down. We don't know what's going on, but I'm excited to see how Spacestation implement a new playstyle and if they can take down this snowballing downwards Cloud9 roster.
We are underway here in game number 1. And for Spacestation Gaming, a team that loves to play on the offensive half of the field, they haven't had a lot of success generating consistent pressure on the opposite half of the field. In fact, they are at the top of the league in time spent on their half of the pitch, excuse me. So they need to find some more consistent pressure. Here's a good first chance, but it's off the crossbar and in. Sipical bangs one in for Spacestation.
You know, we were talking about getting in the offensive side, and then AXB capitalizes off of a weird missed challenge from the defensive side of Cloud9. A great pass in, and Sipical is there to finish.
And we've seen this from Cloud9 even earlier today. Defensive struggles late to some of these rebounds.
Yeah, and it's uncharacteristic.
We're not used to seeing Cloud9 not being able to pick up these rebounds. Here's a light shot. Squishy will pick that up and carry it back downfield off that second touch. But this is a great start here for Spacestation, even off of this kickoff. Already they have midfield locked down. Arsenal taking this around. Torment can't get back to that. Has to watch Sipical boom that across the backboard. And you see 2 members of Cloud9 commit there. Not really feeling the pressure from Spacestation all that hard, but AXB will pick this back up around the corner. Torment backed up by Gimmick as he rolls around the corner. Squishy on the rotation here for Cloud9. 2 members of Spacestation on the back wall. Sipical got the save. Arsenal couldn't clear it out, but Sipical gets it back downfield. Chance here for Spacestation, maybe.
And I love the point that you brought up, how Spacestation have spent the most time out of anybody in the league right now for North America on the defensive side. Yet Arsenal coming into the weekend, I'm pretty sure had the most amount of demos for a player individually, 15 demos.
Ooh, Squishy weaving his way through traffic, and he flicks this perfectly through the defense. Look at this. Whew.
I mean, that's a way to break out of that slump you're in. You know, nice. if your teammates aren't popping off, just take it yourself. And Squishy, we know he has the potential to do that.
Yeah, as soon as AXB bit on that ball, Squishy had him dead to rights. AXB flips this up for Arsenal. Arsenal can't go under Squishy, but it's a shot for Sipical, and he will get it right back. Spacestation with the lead again.
The initial dribble here from Arsenal, taking his time. He sees Squishy, and he's just going to say, I'm going to go for a great challenge here, try and force it, and get a solid bounce, and that's exactly what happened. Sipical, again, following through, and is the cleanup shooter right now for Spacestation Gaming.
And this series is so important for Spacestation. You know, you're talking about a reeling Cloud9. It's such a big chance for Spacestation to start plugging some of the holes in this ship in RLCS. So far, the first 2 minutes of this game, we have had quite a bit of action. Gimmick kicks this downfield, forces Arsenal up easily here for Spacestation on the defensive end. Can't get by midfield from Squishy. He takes this over AXB off the back wall, maybe no. Sipical takes it away. Torment. Sipical waiting for that one. He had little boost. He's able to get it back around, but still they're having to play all of this defense. AXB not the best touch, and they're almost punished for it. Torment shot just wide of the net.
Slower defense. I mean, I'm surprised Space Station, excuse me, got away with that. The rotations, slow, falling back. Torment just couldn't have gotten the angle, but thankfully they get away with it.
Torment gets that pinch from midfield, but AXB wraps back around. Space Station spending a lot of time on the orange half right now. They can't win these consistent boost battles. That long clear will do them a lot of favors. Squishy trying to return a boomer, but the bounce off the ceiling picked up by Arsenal. Torment around the corner now. Had the challenge against, or AXB had the challenge against Torment. Cloud9 trying to find a gap here against Space Station. They finally transferred back to the blue half. This one up for Sipical and Turtle. For me, as we're kind of booming the ball back and forth, Arsenal might set up Space Station for something here, but the rest of the team kind of sitting around midfield. Demo opens things up. AXB keeps that going, and, well, they'll clear back down the pitch. Arsenal has to handle this.
Just feels very solo individualistic right now. I mean, everybody from Cloud9 is just going for a regular flatline play. And I think if you're playing bad, you're having a bad day. At what point do you say, okay, let's just not focus too hard on overcomplicating things. Let's just see what we can create, go for individual selfish plays, and see if that makes any.
My eyes are on Gimmick as well for Cloud9. He is always this player that seems to win every challenge that comes his way. He's so good at positioning himself. Yeah. To be able to win every single ball, but he just hasn't really been the same player this season. It feels like he's really on a downswing. So, Gimmick is that player for me I really want to see continue to step up and make these solid touches that we know he can. And like just right here, gets the beat against Sipical. AXB on the challenge. We'll get it back over to Sipical. Maybe a breakaway for him if he can get back to it. Touch gets away. Cloud9 taking care of business, and that's all well and good, but they're still down a goal. Shot on and a demo, and it's saved by Arsenal on the rotation. Torment slaps that against it. A breakaway now opportunity for Space Station. Bouncer off the ramp. Sipical will confirm the boost and leave.
A great demo opportunity, and here come the counterattacks. 25 seconds left. One of these teams, if you're Space Station, you just want to stall, but Cloud9 in dying moments to lose this game one after a momentum, dying team.
Well, a chance, but the backboard is not available. Squishy, one more boomer. Cloud9 are continually trying to just get this ball boomed down the pitch. It hasn't worked. Timeout for Cloud9. We'll see if they can move down the pitch in the air, but it looks like it might be a chance here. Squishy gets a good touch down the pitch. AXB can't kill it completely. Gimmick keeps this up. Torment on this ball, but it's cleared away again around the corner. That's going to bounce off the ramp, and Space Station will take game one.
These are just the weirdest times to see Cloud9 play, and it's not a matter of I'm not used to seeing them on defense. Everybody knows Cloud9 is one of those explosive teams, but right now it's Space Station being solid, not having a lot of leaks and cracks in their defense, and then pushing forward. But Cloud9, you see them turtle up and be on the defensive side so much, and their playstyle is to explode out of that and get this crazy counterattack, but nothing has been close to that.
And Sipical on that goal, it starts with Arsenal here on the good catch, and it forces a bad touch from Squishy, and Sipical's just ready for that touch. The third man rotating back, it was too late. Sipical's just well positioned on that play. And, at the end of that game, Cloud9, about the last 30 seconds, they just started dumping everything back to Space Station's half with a couple of chances to really control the ball, and they had that one chance left where Squishy got that solid touch up high in the air close to the ceiling to try to win. But they couldn't get it done. And they had a lot of pressure against Space Station, I felt. It just wasn't that many real shot opportunities, sans that one progression where, they had that shot that Arsenal saved. Squishy tried to get the demo to confirm, they just couldn't do it.
And I keep thinking back to that interview we had with Fireburner, where he says he thinks Cloud9 plays the best whenever everybody's doubting them. And what are we doing right now?
I think we're starting to doubt Cloud9.
We are questioning them and the way they're playing, everything that they're getting involved with. No passing, really. Like I said, it's just very solo plays, all these 1v1 positions, and right now they're just not connecting anything.
Cloud9 still got a lot to work out. Taken down by the Birds today. Really, probably the biggest upset we've seen all season.
Yeah.
And now, dropping the first game here to Space Station. And we know Cloud9 are absolutely capable of turning it on and getting things turned around. It's just some of these issues they haven't been able to fix. Arsenal keeps that close to him and gave himself a chance at that. Gimmick will do what he can with no boosts. And it's knocked away. AXB, long ball across Cloud9 territory. Here's Spacestation in midfield, pass to AXB. He gets a clean touch onto the ball. Arsenal can't get back to it, cleared away by Squishy.
Good speed from Spacestation and AXB specifically, beating out the defender. And I've noticed he's being the aggressor. AXB right there got a demo and then stayed in the opponent's half and just kind of lurked around, raiding the net, looking for any kind of demo, any kind of infraction he can get in that defense.
Oh man, Gimmick, he tried to cut off that pass in midfield, ended up missing it. Torment does have control, but you give Spacestation some room to reset, grab their boost, and take that ball away. Gimmick aggressive. That one just off the crossbar. This is awkward ball for Spacestation, but no shot comes for Cloud9, and they move back down to the blue half.
Big whip from Arsenal as well. I don't think he had the boost to hit it, but Cloud9 assumed and respected he was going to get that hit.
Gimmick, control from the corner on the offensive end, and he can't find another touch. You saw Squishy, I believe. Yeah, he was expecting maybe another touch there from Gimmick. Pass potentially too light. Torment, not enough boost to really get enough power on that ball. Arsenal has a defender beat AXB, waiting for Squishy's touch, and he gets it. Cloud9 feeling, they were feeling it on defense for a little while there. Sipical's touch, another whiff? Sipical against the backboard. It's picked up by Torment. And this is really good from Spacestation. One thing I think that has really helped them in this series so far is they're not overcommitted.
Yeah.
And that's something that has killed them in these last 2 seasons. They're being much smarter with the ball. You heard Lawler talk about it on the desk. Chrome said, we're going to change up the play style a little bit. I think we're seeing that from Spacestation.
And I think it's the patience. They'll see a whiff. They'll see big holes in the defense end from Cloud9. But sometimes there are opportunities that you just can't capitalize on. And trying to force yourself to the point where you can just hit every single ball and try and capitalize is going to make you out of position, because it's just not possible in Rocket League. Patience is the key. A lot of dribbles coming out from Spacestation, and they just know that if they play their game, play solid, they could beat this offsetting Cloud9 team.
And Spacestation really controlling the pitch right now. Every time we're switching around to Cloud9 players, they're sitting on 30 or little boosts. They might pick up a midfield every now and then, but they haven't really had possession of this ball for the last 3 minutes, despite it being scoreless. They've done a good job keeping things clean on the defensive end, but they can't generate any pressure of their own. It's a good look here for Spacestation after what we've seen from them in the first 2 weeks. Cloud9 trying to move down the pitch with less than 2 minutes remaining. We haven't had that much action in the middle part of game number 2. With both teams just kind of testing each other with these long balls, just trying to keep it away. Arsenal, his touch not going to go really anywhere. Sipical coming in on the rotation. That's off the back wall. AXB, good win from Gimmick to stay under. Chance here for Cloud9. Arsenal, good first touch to get it over 1. And the catch to win this one. Oh, and he makes Torment stutter step. Such good patience from Arsenal.
I love seeing plays like that develop, and it's also weird from Cloud9 because Gimmick had an opportunity there, going so aggressive, and it feels like nobody from Cloud9, as that second man, is going up to support him and try and play the assisting role, or at least finish off a shot.
Again, control from Sipical gives AXB a chance after that challenge. Torment, good control there from Torment on that flip. And then a boomer from Squishy down the pitch. Torment trying to get there. Sipical has it blocked. Gimmick challenged against Arsenal. Rotation here for Squishy. Cloud9 starting to speed up. Squishy past 1, but Sipical's there. Punts it. Or at least boots it back to the corner. Probably a more accurate term. Sipical can't clear it out. Cloud9 some consistent pressure, but the backboard, no rebound comes. Sipical already downfield. Gimmick has him and has Squishy. We'll take that. Well, AXB will take that away. Arsenal there quickly. Spacestation's positioning just been opportunistic. A bouncer. Squishy's not going to be able to get back to that. AXB sends it in front of the box. Too light. Torment looks for Squishy. The shot blocked by Arsenal. A quick transition for Cloud9. Less than 10 seconds to go. Can Cloud9 clamp it down here? Torment trying to keep it close. He got chipped on his way, but he gets the ball. Gimmick looking for a shot. It's blocked by Arsenal, and we have overtime.
And that's what we've been waiting to see for Cloud9. Counterattacks, back and forth, the explosive speed, and Sipical gets possession off this kickoff. It's going in. Torment makes a good save, and finally some speed is picking up for Cloud9.
Oh, that challenge is in front of the box. AXB wanted it. Gimmick able to hit the save. I think AXP was going for the demo, but here's AXP again! It bounces off the post. Sypical plays it back to the other corner, and we'll see how Cloud9 can break out. Squishy one challenge. Start off overtime. Spacestation come out firing, but Cloud9 able to hang on the blue half. We'll see how Torment approaches this from the corner. Oh, ball got away from him. AXP picks it off. Despite Spacestation not being overly aggressive as a team, that first man always playing aggressive. Sypical, high off the backboard. He didn't get the second touch. No good.
But look at the possession game. AXB, these little touches, Arsenal as well, going in for the demos. And AXB is a player I've seen get all these tiny individual touches that are back passes and just keeping possession. It's great to see. I love the way they're flowing with the ball and rotating through the defensive end of Cloud9.
This has been good defense from Cloud9. They have really done well. Keep this ball out of harm's way. Finding gaps. Spacestation are just closing those gaps fairly quickly. Gimmick. They can't get anything else done. Arsenal carries this across. Squishy has to hop up for the save. Two players commit. AXP dumps it in front for Gimmick. Sypical. He has to flip back. Arsenal on the rotation will at least keep it in midfield. Another good win.
1v1.
14 boost in a dream. Pops it up for AXP. Off the backboard. Excuse me. I'm so used to that crossbar being hit. Oh, Arsenal? No. Cleared away again here by Cloud9.
Great chances so far. I mean,
what a pass. Sypical. Just
so
can't
many
find it.
back-to-back shots. I don't understand where the defense is from Cloud9. I mean, the aggression isn't there, and Spacestation are taking advantage of it, but still can't find the back of the net, and it just seems back and forth.
AXP blocked by Gimmick. Arsenal keeps the continuation. AXP waiting for the next touch. Gimmick gets under him. Now Gimmick from midfield. Sypical to beat. He gets that challenge win, but the ball is AXP's. Now he has Sypical on the wing. He missed the flick for the pass. He wanted it. Couldn't find it. 2 minutes, over 2 minutes in overtime. Spacestation have really had the plethora of possession in this OT. Chance maybe, but Sypical getting to that ball quickly, not allowing Cloud9 free space at all. And I think that's been really key for them. Credit to Cloud9's defense for holding on for this long, but they need more time in the orange half. That's a good another touch by Gimmick.
I mean, reverse sweep is on the brink right now for Cloud9. If they lose this game, Spacestation are going to be looking confident to take this series. The possession game has been there. The back passes, the demos from Arsenal. AXB, again, I've noticed he's just taking great possession and pace of this game.
Squishy carrying this over, down off the backboard. We've seen Squishy do it this season already. One air dribble to change the fate of Cloud9. Oh, it's not the best. Good touch from Squishy, and he gets bumped. Getting there quickly was Gimmick. And Sypical wanted a pass up high to Arsenal, but no one was there. Maybe just also a poor touch. Hard to tell from where the positioning was. Torment. No good. These touches by Cloud9 on offense, just constantly harassed by orange cars. Arsenal downfield. He has had a much better week so far.
Yeah.
Or a much better series so far. His touches all have been super solid, making good decisions with the ball. Really impressed with what we're seeing from the pickup for Spacestation. And Spacestation are still on the attack here on the blue half. We're almost 4 minutes of overtime here in game 2. Sypical,
could be
he's
it.
got Arsenal, and Arsenal confirms, collects payment, and Spacestation are one away from sleeping Cloud9.
That Sypical has. He has so much area to work with. A great pass in. Arsenal's in position, and Cloud9, they're just spaced out all over the place on the defensive side. They can't find a challenge, and then Spacestation are going to take advantage of that. And now they're up 2-0 in the series. Cloud9 need a reverse sweep to have a chance.
Arsenal, 3 saves. He has played the defense well. Wow, that was hard. And has played well on defense. Picks up that 3 saves and then that winning goal. Almost, what, 700 points? Well done. I mean, this is a different Spacestation team. This isn't the same team that we saw in the first 2 weeks of the season.
And I think they're being a lot more reactive to how Cloud9 is playing. If I'm Spacestation, I'm on that team right now, and I'm going into this game against Cloud9, a team who has been failing as of lately, the previous 2 series. I'm curious as to what I can expect. Who's going to be aggressive? Who's going to be passive? Because if you're Cloud9, you're saying to yourself, You know, do we just take it slow and just kind of focus on ourselves, or do we just play as aggressive and just not think? Because at this point, I think they're hesitating too much, and the counterattacks are not there. I've been paying attention to that so much, where they clear the ball and who's on the receiving end of that. And right now, it's just kind of trying to alleviate pressure, and they're not worrying about the next step of finishing a clear or at least finding Gimmick.
And that's a product of the pressure that Spacestation have put on Cloud9, not just on the offensive half of the field, but everything Cloud9 try to do, they're met on a challenge almost every single time. And when they're given a little bit of free space, when you're feeling that much pressure, it's like, we got to clear this next ball. We got to clear this next ball. And Spacestation have been so good working with that flow, letting Cloud9 give up possession and making smart challenges and solid positioning to follow those up. We're not being overly optimistic with our positioning. We know it feels like Spacestation are taking a high percentage plays right now, and I'm impressed with that. But Cloud9, you know, they've had opportunities in this series. Arsenal has been a big reason why they've been stopped, but you gotta see them wake up here. They've been able to dribble this ball down the field. They've been able to get high clears down the pitch, but once they get to the orange half of the field, there just doesn't seem to be much there.
Right.
So credit to Spacestation where it's due. Cloud9 have been a top team for so long for a reason.
I mean, they're a juggernaut of North America right now.
Maybe not anymore.
And this could be the end of a great era from Cloud9 for league play online season.
And you know, Cloud9, they've had middling records in RLCS before. You know, they've had 4-3, that shot blocked by AXB. But you've always felt like, but they're still dominant. But here we're just watching them struggle against these up-and-coming teams specifically. They haven't been able to control the pitch like we know they can. They haven't counterattacked like you said, Turtle. Spacestation on the attack here against Cloud9 in Game 3. And if they sweep Cloud9, Cloud9 on the day would be 1-6 in games played. It's such a big series for Spacestation. Confidence after the first 2 weeks of the season. You make a change on your roster, you want to be good, you want to be better than you were. So, week 3, no time better to turn it around. Good pass from Gimmick, shot from Torment, and there, good pass from Gimmick. Cloud9 finally on the board.
And I love to see it from Torment, predicting where Gimmick's going to hit it, and having confidence in your teammates right now from Gimmick, getting that flick out, and what a finish from Torment. But that's the Cloud9 we're used to, taking advantage and seeing where your teammates are, the pass and the play that they can create, and having confidence that they will execute it properly.
And the other thing that's killing Cloud9 is that Spacestation have controlled the boost this entire series. So a lot of times Cloud9 gets these clears and they have to wave dash forward, flip in front just to try to make another challenge. So it's really hard to formulate those passes to begin with. When you're only winning, it feels boost a quarter of the time.
But I feel like at that point, if you don't have any boost, don't even try and get a huge clear. Go for a dribble, get a challenge, and stall for your teammates to grab the corner boost.
So Spacestation, this may be their first deficit. I believe it is their first deficit against Cloud9 in this series. They do take control from midfield. Typical. Broken up by Gimmick. AXB across the box, hunting closely was Arsenal. So ready for it. I love aggression from the second man like that. And good reliance. But Gimmick off the backboard will take that ball away. AXB with a little bit of space. Just kind of kicks it towards the box. Torment will take it away. Back the other down the pit, or back down the pitch. Will be going Arsenal. You ever tripped over so many?
It's a slower game though, Jorby. It's interesting to watch because the way that both teams right now are playing, it's been pretty much on the left side of the pitch for the past minute. I mean, teams are clearing back and forth, waiting for a connection, waiting for that boost. They give it with a flip reset. It's a chance for Squishy.
Oh man, a block by Arsenal, but the shot's still coming. Blocked again, this time by Typical. Torment, the back pass. Gimmick, the only touch he could have made. Squishy had to come in from the other side to get back to that ball. Used everything in the tank just to get that going. Torment needs a solid clear here. He's got Gimmick. Gimmick confirmed the boost. We'll let the ball roll out here for Spacestation. Cloud9 on the attack, and this is good for Cloud9. All they really need. They've been solid on defense. They really have. It's just a matter of getting that clear and getting out of the blue half. They can maintain a 1-goal lead for the rest of this game.
Yeah.
Not a ton left, a minute 15. Not the best AXB, his shot blocked by Torment. Arsenal pops this up, and he actually just beats Gimmick on the play, tries to send it back across the box. Torment takes it back to the corner. Sypical to respond. Torment there again. He's got Arsenal to beat. He does that, but AXB tight on the rotation. The bump comes through. Gimmick hopping up to make the save. Spacestation looking for that game-tying goal. Gimmick keeps it away from Sypical and then takes it away from AXB, but Sypical quickly up. Now Arsenal downfield. Torment tries to stop it, but Spacestation are still threatening. Here's Sypical, can't win against Torment. Cloud9 handle business on the blue half again. Oh, this is for Torment, and it's blocked by AXB. That could have been disaster for Spacestation. They got to move down the pitch.
They stay alive. 25 seconds left. Squishy's going to finish it off. 24, and he just gets the secured goal.
Huge, huge for Cloud9. Gimmick just gets in the way of Sypical's attempted clear, and then Sypical takes the ball away from Arsenal and gives Squishy a chance at the ball. Big mistake, but a bigger punish for Squishy and Cloud9. They needed this in Game 3. With less than 20 seconds remaining, Spacestation, they weren't able to have that consistent pressure like they had in the first 2 games. This time much more even. And the boost not as controlled by Spacestation, so Cloud9 will not be swept, and we will at least go to Game 4.
We finally see life from Cloud9. I mean, it's been a weird, slower feeling out each other, I guess, series right now between both these teams. Cloud9, and even when they do win, it seems like Spacestation are right there in contention with them. Any mistake, any slip up, and Spacestation know that they have what it takes to capitalize and get that finishing shot in. Thankfully, Cloud9, they managed to stall for about that whole game until Squishy got the secured goal.
Yeah, and this was the only goal that they needed. Such a good pass, or a good challenge from Gimmick. Typical, that ball was going to be boomed downfield. Gimmick, good catch to begin it, and actually just flipping away from Sypical on the play. So, well done, and that was what they were missing in the first 2 games. So for Spacestation, Turtle, give me it. What do they got? What do they got to do? They only had like, 9 shots on net
and 0 goals, I mean, you got to finish them. First of all, that's a great start, but it feels a little bit more.
Is it more Cloud9 playing good defense?
I don't know, man. This is I can't express it enough. I'm still trying to break down what I'm seeing because I'm not quite used to Cloud9 lacking the confidence in the teammates that are up above. And then I think Spacestation, the first 2 games, they did a great job of taking it slow, forcing these weird challenges. And right now, every challenge that they went to, I thought Cloud9 matched them, and that was the difference.
Yeah, and I thought Gimmick in particular. I mentioned his name earlier and how I wanted to see him step up, and I really think that he did in this game. And I think there's a lot of factors to it. I think boost was the biggest one again. I didn't feel like Cloud9 were starved nearly as much as they were in the first 2 games of the set. So it's a much better return to form, I would say, for Cloud9. Torment a lot more involved on the offensive end and really a big proponent of the defense as well. Not only 4 saves, but also winning a ton of challenges in those corners. And you do that, you prevent shots on net. So it's really just good goaltending, good defense by Cloud9. I think are winning them this series, or winning them that Game 3 rather. They're not winning the series.
I mean, I haven't even seen any ounce of over-aggression from Cloud9 initially. A lot of times I think we'll see them, push up too much in their original playstyle. But but now it's really a huge shift. Both teams are just waiting and being patient, taking little dribbles here like Gimmick with that first goal. It was a dribble. He's just saying, what can I do? What can I stall? How can I win a challenge and set up my teammates? And thankfully, Torment had the ability to predict and have confidence that he was going to get it out. And they just need to keep doing that, keep understanding where they can put themselves in and take those risks.
This Game 4, it has to be a win for Spacestation in this game. I think that you can't let Cloud9 take you to Game 5. You got the first 2 games of this set. You're still winless. This is must-win territory. You can't walk away from this. You have Cloud9 literally in the palm of your hand. You have this series. You have it figured out. It's just Cloud9 are making it real difficult on defense to score goals. I have criticized Spacestation shooting all season long. I don't think that it's been a big issue for them in this series. I really think that Cloud9 have just played stellar defense with Torment. Torment, how much time does he spend in the defensive half of the field?
The most we've ever seen.
73% or something like that.
Yeah, the most in the league at least.
And why not? that is the guy I want on defense. 100% of the time.
That's a weird concept because I feel like a lot of people don't like the idea that Cloud9 are more positional and they have roles on a team. You know, Torment, the third man. Gimmick is aggressive, then Squishy's a midfielder. I mean, what do you think about that? Do you agree with the fact that you need roles here, or do you think everybody should try and be that midfielder kind of player?
I mean, I feel like my philosophy, Rocket League is a moment-to-moment game, right? You play what the game gives you at the time. There's no real rigid strategy in Rocket League. You look at what the field is giving you at the time, and you use that knowledge, use those options to discover your next move. So I think that, you know, I don't think roles exist on Cloud9. I just think that some players are better suited to those positions, and they find themselves down in that half of the field more often than not. Torment is just so good at filling in the gaps between two really stellar mechanical players in Gimmick and Squishy. We start off game number 4. Cloud9 start the journey of the reverse sweep, and they start on offense. AXB carries this. I love the carry there from AXB.
Yeah.
Spacestation haven't been too panicky on defense in this series. Good pass, and the shot will be good. That's what Cloud9 fans want to see. Squishy confirms the first.
Finally, starting to gather something. Gimmick being that creative and unique player on the wall. What a landing to recover and then get the pass out to Squishy, connecting a play and finding each other. Cloud9 looking like they're starting to snowball. SSG, they need to start something here.
They start off the kickoff. AXB lasers it over to the corner, and Gimmick will take it downfield. Squishy there to receive the pass. Typical attempted clear cut off, but he comes back to it in midfield around Torment, the corner. Good touch from Squishy. AXB locking down midfield. Squishy just missing that touch. Torment forced to play this back to his right corner.
Oh, beautiful challenge. See, that's what I love to see right now, is Torment taking it slow. He's going for the challenge, the dribble, and then now here comes Gimmick. They keep possession instead of trying to force out a clear and just instantly lose it, having to try and regroup and get boost.
And still even finding chips of the ball on the challenge. Squishy carries this. He's got another touch. Arsenal gets there in time, but there's Torment. Light shot off the crossbar. Arsenal has the save, and he gets the second touch, but Gimmick's there. That one off the backboard, picked up by Sipical. Demo opens up the net. Torment sees daylight, and it's blocked. Denied on the goal-scoring chance. Gimmick sends that up to commit. Arsenal and AXB. AXB gets credit for the save. Tried to get it out to the corner, but it's Cloud9 locking Spacestation in the orange half of the field. Gimmick off the corner. Squishy looking for Gimmick, and it's knocked right into AXB's car. Spacestation still hang on. Back to the other side of the pitch.
The wall of defense from Spacestation Gaming to block that double touch. The demo even came in, and they still managed to hold it. And the counterattack could have came through right now, but Spacestation at least keep it within 1.
Gimmick has really woken up in this series. Kept that ball away from Typical. AXB tough spot. Torment's there. Too light of a touch. Will go nowhere. Gimmick. Oh, Arsenal just missed the ball. Back in midfield will get another chance. And now it's Spacestation kind of kicking things against the backboard and seeing what sticks. The backboard's been pretty clean for Cloud9.
Yeah.
They need to start finding some of these passes when they get themselves on the offensive half of the field, because the backboard ain't working. Torment blocked by Arsenal. Squishy back on the rotation for Cloud9. Solid touch down the pitch. AXB gets that first touch. Gimmick closes the gap. Squishy keeps it away. Cloud9 a chance here with Gimmick on the point. Torment waiting on the wing. Gimmick had low boost. Getting back to that ball. Hard to get the touch he wanted. But Spacestation, light shot pass from Gimmick almost. Over to Squishy, broken up, but Torment keeps control. Torment follows this, does get that touch, cleared up, and AXB gets the much-needed touch for Spacestation here in midfield for Arsenal.
And it's a huge difference between possession game right now. Cloud9, it started out Spacestation, they held the ball, they held the control, pace in the game, but now Cloud9, they've seemed to have broken out of that weird, slower slump. And like you said, Gimmick waking up, getting these unique touches, and challenging every ball like that we see. You know, just getting in the face of that offensive line.
Downfield already, looking for something, but Sipical takes it off the back wall. The demo opens up a little bit of space here for Sypical. Challenge by Gimmick, knocks the ball away. AXB forces another ball to the corner. Arsenal just dumps it in front of the box. Squishy takes it away. Sypical, not the best touch. Torment's there, shot on, and it's good for Cloud9. Torment secures the second.
And I think this play all started earlier with Arsenal. He could have gotten a better touch, but he just gave away possession, forcing Sypical in a weird position. Not the best clear, and AXB's trying to rush back. But you think back to the play with Arsenal, he lost possession. He could have taken the dribble, which we've seen at the beginning of the series. He did so frequently.
Cloud9, 35 seconds. We may have game 5. And now Spacestation trying to harass the line a little bit more. Arsenal against Squishy. Squishy, it's just Cloud9 winning every challenge.
Yeah.
They haven't lost a single challenge in the defensive end, it feels like. That's a good win from Sypical, back to AXB, and a bouncer into the net, not quite out of the woods.
Sypical keeping them alive, a great double touch. Look at this pass, using the flip and then rotating his car. AXB, you know he's going to be there for the finish. Not much to say about that other than what a play from Sypical.
Yeah, and as soon as they do win a challenge, they score. 15 seconds. How does Spacestation approach the kickoff? Well, Sypical wins, but he won't be able to get back to this. That's all right. Squishy takes the ball away from Arsenal. Good challenge from him. Arsenal dumps it over. AXB has Squishy beat on the play. Torment just needs a solid touch, and he gets what he needs.
Still up.
Arsenal. Touch got away from him. Still a roller on the ramp, and Cloud9 knocking on the door of a reverse sweep.
Changing the tides. Cloud9, I mean, such a difference between how they've been playing. I feel like it's been a matter of breaking out of their defensive end, and you know, they usually go for this hurdling up and just trying to consolidate all their defensive attempts, and then they burst out in the offensive side. They go for weird predictions, and now we start to see that at the beginning of the series they were just scared and shy of, you know, putting themselves in risky situations.
Yeah, and then Sypical, that poor touch, just he needed to get that ball out around to the corner, and his launch angle, he just cut too far to the right onto it, and it was just a weak touch all around. Torment ready to punish him for it. And you know, the transition has been a lot faster for Cloud9. You were hinting at it earlier, Turtle, during the game, is they were breaking out of their half much faster, and a product of winning those challenges. It gets you boost, it gets you the ball, and it gives you 2 goals to win the game. And no offense for Spacestation.
I mean, here's the thing though, Spacestation, you kind of deny any form of a breakout like that. If you want to stop counterattacks a lot of the time, you would see Arsenal go for a dribble, go for a great challenge, stall, because then at that point, all the momentum for Cloud9 to get a big, you know, clear and try and get a counterattack is kind of gone, because the ball has, you know, flatlined, it's not moving, there's no momentum. They can't get a huge hit up forward, and that's what we were seeing a lot of the time, was just Spacestation giving away possession and letting Cloud9 just bang it up into their defensive end.
Now, you know, for Spacestation, we need to see them control that midfield a little bit more. Like they did in the first 2 games, it's completely flipped in Cloud9's favor. Much needed for the wounded Giants in Cloud9. Trying to heal up and get set, and there's Torment. He scores first for Cloud9.
Right away, the pressure, just Gimmick in the weirdest spot. Why would he be there? But that's exactly what we want to see from Gimmick. In those awkward situations, getting a great touch on it, and Torment, the typical routine, cleaning up and going in for the finish.
The interesting part about that touch, Squishy got the assist, and he kind of chipped the edge of it. Oh, here's another chance for Squishy, but blocked. And so I wonder if that really helped the ball kind of laser out to the side for Torment to score either way. Funny challenge, Cloud9.
And it's a risky play putting yourself in that situation, which they wouldn't have gone for earlier.
Arsenal on the point. Torment knocks it away. AXB and Gimmick combining in midfield. Squishy, another carry. He gets that second touch down. Oh, and almost finding the other touch was Torment. It was really fast. Sypical. Pass downfield. AXB got him, but AXB forced to play it out to the corner with a defender in his face. Squishy carrying this again. Loves to carry those air dribbles and went under. I think I've seen more air dribbles out of Squishy heading down the pitch in this series than I have all season long.
I mean, it could be a lack of confidence and teammates, or just the fact that, you know, we're having a little bit of an off day. Let me just try and see what I can do myself.
Well, it's working every time he does it.
Yeah.
He gets past the defender, so I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying I've seen it way more today than I have most days. AXB, good touch to get it to Arsenal. Arsenal almost finding the right side of Torment, who gets back to Squishy. Nothing the passing in midfield from Space Station, but it's moving down the pitch. They got a 2, and Arsenal tries to get in the way of Squishy. Big miss from Sipical, but AXB's the first back. Slows down Squishy a little bit. Arsenal picks it right off the top of him, and he lands on the sidewall wrong. Or at least it stopped his momentum, so he couldn't get to the ball fast enough.
And I love seeing the decision-making come out of AXB. I think he's the spark for the offense right now with Space Station. If he's going to get a good touch, keep the possession, find these great threads of passes, and Torment gets a demo. I mean, it's just coming down to him and how he's going to spark it on the offensive side.
It's amazing what happens when Cloud9 don't whiff and don't have missed touches like we know that they usually don't do. These back 3 games, they're so tough to get by. Even in the first 2 games, Cloud9 were really tough to crack on defense. They were picking up so many saves. Here's Sipical. Takes that first touch and then almost has a shot, but Gimmick has a save. Chance for Space Station. AXB carrying this. Torment will take it away, but midfield still belongs to Arsenal. Arsenal blocked away by Torment. Sipical can't get it by, and Gimmick will take this back down the pitch. Look at Torment waiting for that touch from AXB, but the catch wasn't good enough, and AXB backing it up. Flipping it up here for Sipical.
Wow.
Good touch there from AXB, but no good. They have to retreat. You see AXB racing back for this. Quick transition for Cloud9. He gets the save.
And just like I said, AXB, I mean, he goes for that possession game, goes for the dribble, gets a nice flick, and he's still setting up his teammates.
Maybe a chance. That one just wide of the net. Torment can't find the ball. Arsenal will take it away from him. Now getting towards the box. He's by 2 defenders. Pass to AXB. Oh, he fakes him out, but he can't get it by the post. Arsenal tries again. Flips it over another. Gimmick has the clear. Somehow, Cloud9 did just pull magic out of their hat, and there was still no score for Space Station.
I want to look at that play again. Did AXB need to go for the mind game?
That one just wide of the net. Insurance would surely put this series in the bag for Cloud9. Down the field, Sipical. The backboard has been unavailable, closed for business for the last 3 games on the side of Cloud9. AXB, pass towards absolutely nothing. Gimmick has the challenge against Cloud9 again. I have to say, welcome back, Gimmick. Great to see that solid challenge, and thought Squishy had another. You know, this whole thing started out with just a great pass from Gimmick, and it has been beautiful ever since for Cloud9. Torment, plenty of space. AXB cutting off the pass. Now Arsenal will pick this up. Cloud9 not content to give Space Station any more space. Arsenal takes the pass downfield. Squishy waiting for this. He catches it again. So good with the control. And he gets it by Sipical, but AXB is there. The shot is good! AXB gets above the entire defense with 9 seconds remaining. They tie.
I was completely expecting a pass across the field, but AXB just takes it on himself. He finds the upper 90.
That was the only place that would have went in.
I'm surprised too, because I thought he was going to get the pass across, but he just takes it himself, catching that Cloud9 defense off guard, and just like that, 9 seconds left, he brings them back into the game.
Could it be the spark? Or will Cloud9 end their dreams right here? Punched off the back wall. Taken away, and AXB, calculated bump by Sipical to keep that ball in the air. Falls down. We got overtime. Woo! Game 5, overtime today has been wacky, wild, absolutely insane. How does this one end? Squishy carrying this down, knocked away by AXB. Torment keeps this close, catches it, flicks it over 1. Torment makes 2 defenders miss, and the shot just wide of the post. Squishy confirms the boost, maybe keeps things going here for Cloud9. But here's Arsenal with the ball, picked off by Gimmick. Squishy, back to Gimmick. Gimmick wanted Squishy, but blocked by AXB. Torment's got space and time. Squishy takes the boost away. Arsenal clears this away for now, but for how long can Space Station hold on? AXB, another rebound picked up. Squishy carrying this around in front of the box. You start to feel the panic here from Space Station on the defensive end. Sypical keeping things close. AXB towards the middle. He wanted the gap, could not find it. Space Station doing everything they can to keep this ball away from the box.
Cloud9 bringing the heat right now. The passes are coming through. The great challenge and the midfield presence from them has been unmatched right now, but somehow AXB kept them in this game and the series. Who's going to take advantage of that space?
Space Station starts with Sypical from midfield. Almost has Arsenal. Maybe he doesn't need him. Sypical makes another challenge. AXB keeps it going. At least keeps it on the back wall. Arsenal can't get by another, but Sypical's got Liege on this ball as he kicks it back high against the corner. AXB midfield. This is starting to look like game one Space Station. Another one off the back wall, looking for a shot. Two members of Cloud9 commit, which gives Arsenal free reign in the corner. He's got no boost left in the tank. That's all he can do. AXB takes it away from another defender. Cloud9 will not let this ball go in. Sypical. Good touch. And Space Station will have to try again. Cloud9 back on the offensive half.
And it seems like both teams right now, when they get a little bit of a hint of that possession game, they manage to keep it for so long. But somehow the defenses of both teams are holding up right now, even through the starvation and all of the pressure that we're seeing.
Arsenal keeps it close around the corner. Torment trying to work his way by Sypical, but Sypical takes it away. Now Arsenal giving way for AXB. Coming onto it was Gimmick. Squishy can't handle it either. AXB quickly, that one off the ceiling. Just these touches aren't going anywhere for Space Station. They're not getting solid touches on the ball. And AXB back on the rotation quickly. Pass towards the middle. Gimmick late to this, but he wins. Can he get another touch? No, it's taken away. Squishy in midfield. Low maybe wanted Gimmick on the pass, but Gimmick no boost, did not want to keep that push going.
Flow play.
Torment carrying this. Arsenal keeps it up high in front of the box, but they need help. Arsenal helps himself. But Cloud9 just inching ever so closer. Space Station are clear, but can they get the ball?
And they're switching it up to Torment, taking the slow route. You know, the speedy counterattacks, all of a sudden you see a dribble, it catches defenses off guard. And right now, the demo come in from Arsenal. We need to see more of that as well, more aggression from that man.
AXB gets a bump, takes the ball away. You saw both members of Space Station back in midfield. They did not think that that was going to happen. Sypical has Arsenal, maybe no, it's taken away by Gimmick again. The defense from Cloud9, some of the best defense we've seen today. Sans maybe NRG. Squishy, bouncer, forces AXB back. You can feel Space Station, they want to push forward. It might kill them. Game 5. This overtime almost approaching 4 minutes. AXB can't get back to that ball. Squishy blocked again. Gimmick playing it slow. Only so much he can do with no boost. It's over Torment's head. But Squishy is back, and he will play it back over to the corner.
And you can tell that Cloud9 have found their stride in Game 5.
Space Station have really recovered as well. AXB the catch. He over Torment, and it's no good. Squishy denies the goal for Space Station. Racing closely, Sypical. He's got Arsenal in front of the box. Looking for a shot. He got under, but Gimmick gets in the way as well. Downfield, Gimmick picked up the boost, but AXB locks it down again. What's going to happen? Who picks up this win? Who picks up the golden goal?
It's going to have to come down to some kind of counterattack. So much pressure, so much defense. Somebody's got to break out of it.
Gimmick sends this up. Space Station have recovered these back 2 games. Can they capitalize? Can they collect? Shot on target, and no, the crossbar, no good. Torment, shot or clear blocked by AXB. Squishy carrying this close. Good pass, and it's blocked. Denied again. Arsenal in midfield. He's denied by Torment. Space Station are going to try again.
Arsenal's up.
Arsenal feathering the boost. Arsenal can't get it. Squishy has to save. Space Station from midfield. Locked down again. You see Arsenal waiting for this. He can't beat Torment to the wall. We've approached a full game of Rocket League. AXB, the pass to Sypical's denied by Gimmick. Cloud9 working the edge. Great. Squishy got bumped. One more to beat, and Sypical scores! Space Station upset Cloud9!
They have slayed the Giants again, bruising them down. Cloud9 with an ending shot from Sypical, and the bump plays, the aggression comes out, and Space Station still hold on to the series after dropping 2 games in a row.
What an OT!